That's getting paid.
And pensioners. Okay. Hmm. You're right. You're right. We noted that. Help me
Mm,
note it down. We should talk
okay.
about pension system in Nigeria. If you help me note it down, just send it on the WhatsApp to me. Oh, the news is everything is economy issue, wala, problem, food.
Hey, I just asked Fudge. I wonder who heard of the story of the
Well,
17-year-old
money
guy.
is the main issue now.
Hmm.
Yes,
Yes, EFCC, the EFCC boss is helping a 17-year-old scammer. They caught the guy, and I thought what the man decided to do for the guy was quite commendable. They plead for leniency in the court on his behalf. Yeah, sentenced him, but let's be lenient with him and all that. I thought that we should do a lot more of that to bring those guys back to the schools and let them use their energy positively. Yeah.
There's another story of a police commissioner who's who is retiring as a billionaire.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody heard that.
Oh,
He's a police
I know.
commissioner. His name is Adeyemi or something. He's retiring as a
Oh,
billionaire.
the one that had a slip of tongue that he had billions or something to to settle down after retirement. Abi? From
Was it a slip of tongue?
well, he said
Yeah,
It's true.
that
Let's find
yeah.
out.
the man suddenly woke up. Maybe was gisting and thinking of all the money he has made from all the joy he has done all the year in uniform. Who does not know how to use teeth to separate meat?
and
If that's a story, it's a sad one though. I don't know.
Very very sad.
Yeah.
It's
come
the
out
level we are.
with practice too, and he hasn't audited accounts in a couple of years.
Hmm.
And once you raise that issue, we will fight you and get you out of the system.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, we're back. This is still the Vintage Talk Show with the Faj, and I'm still with Tokumbo definitely. Alex Ogundade, Fair Ogundade, and joining us this morning, our legal experts and social development advocates, Olutu Bosun Oshifowora. Good morning, Bosun.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everybody. Good to be here.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us. We are on the headline review of major Nigerian newspapers. So let's start with the Punch. Who often gets it right with a Saturday-ish kind of stories. But I understand from Alex's standpoint, the times are harsh. So the headlines that will be harsh, you know, in, in commemoration of our current status. It links with NNPC marketers trade blame as fuel crisis deepens. The marketers exploiting situation to make money, says NNPCL. That's our new company. Uh, and then it says we can't supply what we don't have. Ipman fires back. Those are the independent petroleum marketers. The NNPC say they are holding it. They are exploiting the situation to make more money, and they say can't supply what they don't have. But Nigerians are groaning. queues are back. It's so long. You know,
It's a sad one.
the other day,
Mm.
I don't know whether it's the driver that flicked the money or is the marketer. You don't know who to trust. Whether it's the petrol attendant or your driver or your car is leaking fuel. You don't know what's happening.
And somebody says you will keep for 2 days to buy the fuel, and before you know it, the fuel is already going down. The gauge is going down, and you're wondering where did it go. I think over time, I still always look back to the 70s and 80s when these issues, came up in those days, and it became a style because we'll know when they're about to add a few naira to the cost of fuel. Scarcity comes in, no fuel to buy, queues are going on end, and all of a sudden people begin to beg them. We beg, okay, hey Lutieni, tell us how much you want to sell it. Let us even get this thing to buy. So we're not even begging them to give us the new price. So when this thing started, I was saying to myself, this is the 1970, 80 style. Oh, I hope not. But I've been proven right now because, yeah, the prices have not come down. They're still going up and will continue to go up. And as Pat said, we don't know who's to blame. Market and you, supplier and you, or, everything is just, is stuffy. Stuffy.
Look at one of the fallouts of this fuel crisis. There's a secondary story on the Punch cover. It says, "Trigger happy cop throws pregnant wife, aging parents into mourning, killing breadwinner jostling for petrol." You know, where where they are trying to get petrol, a breadwinner's life is gone. You know, if there is no queue, no stress, no distress, and all that, the man will still be alive. I don't know what's wrong with us. It- Dangote is pulling out diesel and air jet. I hope they will soon do the PMS so that. But the stories I'm hearing, they're getting shipment from outside. That Nigeria is not able to supply. What I don't understand. I don't understand. How do we have crude oil that we sell to people 1,000 kilometers away, and we can't bring it to Lagos for Dangote? Or it's not getting enough. I don't get it. Is it that some people don't want us to be happy? You know, I don't get it. I don't get it. What else do we have? Kelly Boy was hoping something. I told my wife whenever I slept with another lady. Good for you. Good for you. You have turned your wife to the therapist. She's analyzing you. Um, Obaseki and Shaibu said, I was begged to be Obaseki's deputy. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, let's move on. Let's move on to independent. Independent really does not have much. Just celebrating the said. We held the media awards. I mean, it's holding today. So the independent honors eight governors, senators, captains of industry. When will they honor the man on the road?
Mm.
Usher by Chairs Station, Bode George, Moya won't clinch Lifetime Achievement Awards. Only big people win big awards. None, none, none. Yes,
Big
go on.
people begin big stuff.
Big people with big awards, and the poor is at the petrol station looking for people. Um, the nation leads with petrol scarcity as usual. How seven trapped vessels are prolonging crisis. Supply situation to improve next week, marketers say, and
Okay.
motorists pay 800 naira and above for liter
Yeah.
of PMS. Uh,
Yeah.
it's even more than that. Oh. Somebody bought, I think, 1,002 or something. I had to buy for those who because the
Yeah.
crowd, fuel station was too much. So people sell at 1,000 to 1,500 on the road. It's Sole if you want to buy. If you don't want to buy,
Hawkers, the
or
petrol
hawker
hawkers. Mm-hmm.
and making money out of it. You know,
Black
seven vehicles, seven
black
what's it called? Seven vessels trapped. Trapped. What is trapping them? Uh, uh, I had even for the trawlers bringing diesel for, I mean, bringing crude for Dangote, has been marooned somewhere. He's not been able to berth because of one some contractual issue or the other. I don't know if anyone heard about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just eager to get this Dangote thing out and see what it does to the prices of our fuel. Whether it will stay the same like our
Mm-hmm.
food market or it will go down. Uh, mm, Tension in Ogun State. I hope Bosu is there. Tension as monarch of finance spoil for war in Ogun. Mm. Royal father reigns causes, threatens miners with charms, and the miners they have no powers to demand our operation license. But soon they will need you in that place though.
What type of charms? Fudge, what type of charms?
What
Why
do
do
you
you need charms? You want to cause them, cause, you know, you just do it. You fall along God. You can go along God. Back and you come this place now. The one says, forget it. You can't even move from here.
Oh
okay.
boy.
You know
I
what
don't
happened?
know. I don't know how you can
The fact
can
that see these illegal miners and
yeah.
the money they work in. So
Hmm.
what happens is the sharing formula goes south. Then that's
Hmm.
when you get outcry like this.
Mm. That's
That's
true.
basically
That's true.
illegal mining. And in fact, I'm if I can say this, I'm privy to a conversation once where a more senior monarch in one of the southwestern states actually called a meeting of all the sub monarchs and told them that you've been in charge for a while. You step down, let another one come in. All illegal stuff.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's tough. So when you see this, so well, for those ones too to be brazen and say that you can't do anything, you know that money has exchanged hands, and
Hmm.
Mm.
so
Hmm.
that you can't be sharing money and come and turn around and say you can. It can't work.
Hmm.
So it's Nigeria and drama. It's one day one drama. Local, international, federal drama, state drama, local government drama.
Local government drama, finance drama,
Finance drama. All the
rural
drama.
drama, just doing drama for us. Okay,
Mm.
the Guardian leads with world. I mean, Mr. Tina and Alex will like this. If Alex is still can still hear me, it says it leads with World Press Freedom Day. Federal government pledges to provide unfettered access to journalists. Mm, that would be nice. That would be nice.
That's
It's
lovely.
those who have to hide that always deny access. FOI bill act has been there. I don't think it
Mm.
works. People do whatever they like.
Mm-hmm.
We watch and see if the pledge will be kept. We watch and see. Now, Labour talks to I mean Labour. I mean by Labour I mean NLC and all that over wage increase. It says your government is deceitful. Workers tell
Mm.
Tinubu. I'm sure that's their first May message to the president and his government. Um, what is there? Saturday is not interesting at all. The Sunday Times leads with EFCC investigating defense minister over 700 billion fraud fraud allegation. Ah, mm. 700 billion for allegation. That's uh, is Matawale the incumbent? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
incumbent. Oh, he was former governor of I think
Former
Zamfara State.
governor of Kwara
Yeah.
State.
So I think what they are challenging him for is
Zamfara.
not for
Yeah.
a new ministry. You could have
Mm.
you could have accumulated fraud in 70 billion fraud in ministry now.
I,
I think from
I
his
don't know how.
as the Zamfara State governor.
20 billion.
So
Did you say?
people don't still be a million nowadays. So that's what.
Sorry. Yeah. My apologies. My apologies. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's for gatesmen,
Billion.
Within a year.
uh, clerical officers and all that. It's billion and trillion.
Billion and
80,
trillion. Yeah, that makes sense.
nobody has time for million.
Club on a Friday night. It's not
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
people
they're finished in one club. Yeah, you're right. What is million? Million is chicken change. They give their what they call these people. What they call these girls at the side. Uh, uh, what they call girlfriends. What they call them now? Side chicks. They give
Side
it as side
chicks.
chicks.
Thank you.
But I'm a village
Side
man. I
chicks.
can't remember side chicks. Imagine. Um, it is it's not a good. Today is not a good. I didn't see anything interesting. Let's be
No
daily
weekend.
talk.
No,
Let's
no
end the
weekend
weekend.
stories.
Weekend, weekending is all
No
problem
weekend
like
stories.
Daily Trust starts with eminent Northerners to Tinubu reject bid to site U.S. French bases in Nigeria. Mm. We join forces with them. All these people having bases, with all these superpowers, they are always in trouble one way or the other. They enter the
Always.
national problems. And we don't.
Mhm.
We have a lot of problems too. We have a lot of problems. We don't want to add international problem to it. Mm. Okay, I don't see much except this thing about Zulum, Professor Zulum of Borno, Zulum and teachers' welfare in Borno. 8,000 naira can't even pay our transport. Some teachers are complaining. We urge government not to sack his teacher. That's an LC threatening. And be a little more patient. NUT appeals to aggrieved teachers. Zulum,
Mm.
by the way, was a university teacher before joining politics. You should not forget your home base though. After politics, you still go back to teaching. So that don't show you shaggy when you get back. Well, thank you, gentlemen. We have come to the end of reviews of a very tough Saturday headline story. So let's calm down with this piece of music. I don't know if it will come. It's called Cast. It's by Charlie Poppy featuring Odumodu Block. Everything looks like a dog's name, cow's
Go to
name,
black.
Charlie Poppy, Odumodu Block.
Badge. Is their name, oh. Badge is their name or identity.
That's how it sounds to me, Charlie Popo and all this.
Charlie Potter.
Okay, after this, Alan gave us a lot of ideas for discussion. You see it on the Anchors group, Vintage Anchors group. A lot of information that we can discuss about. I went through the jam thing, and I was I became unhappy. No, I don't
Hmm.
know. Somebody sent me a picture, a video of two secondary school students. A boy was on his knees proposing to a girl who is coming to kindness. In secondary school, they are doing. He said this is why they fail job because they are practicing romance.
if I can say something, I think
Oh my
there's
God.
nothing, there's nothing wrong with it. The basic problem is the parents and
Hmm.
how the kids to be carried away by rubbish.
Mm.
There's there's there was a parent who called me in this jam. They
Oh,
had
great
to take
stuff. A long time ago. They even threatened them to stay away from exam centers because they bribe their way through for their rewards or children.
Yeah,
or
they're going to
someone.
rob their children.
In
Just
fact,
sad.
there was someone I assisted with some funds to get to the center with their
Hmm.
kid. The young boy scored 252
Hmm.
in their house. So TV is very regulated. They don't have access to film and all those things. But the parents are involved in studying with the kid. Same kid, small boy like maybe 16 or 17. He scored 252 when some contribute 400. So I think it's basically lies in the hand of the parent. These days, you
Hmm.
find kids with all kinds of gadgets, and these gadgets distract. Basically, what's happening is that they don't read. If you don't
They
read, you can't. It's
can
just
pass.
simple. So,
Okay, back on here. We are back on here, and we are going on point blank. So much to talk about. Hmm. We are back. I'm still with my friends here, Mr. T, Alex O, and Boss Money. We are all here discussing Nigeria. This is point blank. And uh, the first news is the first one is a sad one.
Yeah.
Did you check your notifications recently in the last 24, 48 hours? Have you seen the tragedy that is the jam results just released? It is clear that we have a crisis, uh, massive crisis in our educational system.
Mhm.
JAM reports that 77% of people scored below 200 marks. By the way, I
Mm.
think the whole thing is 400. So,
Mhm.
7 people were below average. Some as low as 150, 160, 120, 100. And I'm sure that was 77%. That is about less than. Oh, it's distressing, and it is it's a slow on on our teachers curriculum. I beg your pardon. Curriculum, the parents, guardians, everyone has failed. When our children fail, them low. We blame all factors that contribute to their success, and of course to their failure. Now we have failed. We have terribly failed. Before we used to grasp with the somebody, I mean, best score, best scorers of best marks and all that, and we are complaining about university schools. They have inappropriate or imbalanced cut-off marks and all that. But what do you say to these things? 77% failing, gentlemen. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a personal attachment to it because nobody I know is doing jam, but I can feel the pain after
Mm.
12 years of education, or sometimes 15 years of education. You're about to step into university, and then you work so hard to get into the. I mean, the jam from another side. It's not even easy. You buy this, you buy that, you buy books, you get lesson teachers as they call them. You do all that, and the boy comes home is among the 77%. how do parents feel uh, in this kind of tragedy, so to speak? How do you people feel? But so how do you
If,
feel, for instance, you don't have a jam student?
pardon?
I said you don't have a jam
Okay.
student as a child.
So I do. I have a young chap who stays very close to me. Um, he's called 252 in the
Okay,
same time.
Okay.
He's about 60.
among the
So
77.
he's among 33. 23. So I think we are going to get 5%. But what I found out with this, what's happening is that there's not nothing with the curriculum. Somebody was a part of this same curriculum. It was a part of the school, went to public school, not to private school. But what I found out is that the parents are strict. They have reading
Mm.
time, the money, do all these things. What you have across board is that these kids don't study. They do
Hmm.
everything but study and all
Hmm.
kinds of subjects, and then the parents are stuffing them with irrelevancy. There's no hard and fast rule about academic success. You read, you pass. You do, you fail. Is that
Yeah.
statement? There's
It's
no
that
better.
simple.
These kids don't read. They ask them all these frivolous news, everything they don't. They know
Mm-hmm.
much about politics than their books. So what do you if you set the same jam and ask questions of that kind relevancy, they will pass. It just shows what they stuff their brain with is different from what jam is asking them. And
Hmm.
unfortunately, one culprits are the parents. Most parents don't get down with the kids and know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just tough
Study
Exactly.
with things.
books,
And
Exactly.
study with
expecting
them.
these days, parents now try to patronize all these miracle centers, and they try to just drive their way through to make sure. So the parents
Mm-hmm.
will already know that you have a child that is academically defective, so
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
that things. Then you see this grading system that we talked about last week. They stop grading kids. There's no competition. There's nothing. Everybody will
Hmm.
just pass. In our games,
Hmm.
everybody to be first. You come second and you can't take your result home. But not
Mm-hmm.
this. So
Hmm.
this is there's nothing they don't have the sense of what's happening out there. So at the end of the day, they just approach these things with non-challenge. So what do you expect? In fact,
Mm.
maybe we are 7 come next year, maybe 90% will get below 100 if we continue
Wow.
like this. It's
This
going to
way.
start
Before,
for their so
eh,
that's it.
thank you.
It's the
Thank
same. It's the same
before
sport to where another scored 100. They are blaming the system. It's not the system. Check the home.
Check the home.
thank before Mr. T will come in, I would like to invite you out there. Do you have a child? Have you passed through the jam system and the scores that distressing you? Less than 1% of candidates scored over 300. Over
Mm-hmm.
300. Less than 1%. Do you feel the pain as a parent? What do you think is the problem? You can join us. 0913-697-3485. Let's hear your comment. Let's hear your view. Do you Bosso says it's not the system's problem. It has to do with students. They don't want to read. They hardly read. And parents are too busy looking for fuel and money to buy fuel. I don't have time to join them in encouraging them in reading and study.
Mm.
You can call us 0913-697-3485. Mr. T, you were going to say something.
Yes, Baj. Basu is just perfectly right. Over 100% Basu. I must confess. Just about 2 weeks ago, a younger friend of mine, my friend, but he's younger, much younger, still has children in secondary school. And we got talking, and he said, Mr. T, I'm starting something with my kids. I love the kids very much. And I said, what are you going to do? Because I know he's a very tough guy, but very loving. He said, I have banned them from using gadgets, except during the weekends. He said, Mondays through Fridays, they have to be reading. He started buying them books to build them the library, and he sits down with them. These things were missing way back. Parenting matters when it comes to jambing. Well, you're talking jambing, you're talking parenting. Unfortunately, however, we have lost it. And if you recall, Faj, I don't know if Bosun would also go into the history books to find out. Before JAMB, universities were conducting their entrance examinations by themselves.
Let them serve, yeah.
Um, yeah, UI, if Unilag, everybody, Amadu Bello, all you do is just buy their forms, fill their forms, and attend the session. And then they would also conduct interviews for incoming students. So it was a closed marking then. Once JAM came in, we felt it was nice, matriculation, bring all the universities together, have a steady template. But the template doesn't seem to work. Now, what exactly are they grading, and who are the people grading them? We have to be mindful of what the kind of things we garbage. When we say garbage in, we garbage out. What type of curriculum are the students being exposed to? And that's why some parents find it easier to run through miracle centers. They still do it. They still do it. How they have to stop it, I don't understand. I don't know how. Because for me now, among the parents, it's very classy to say my son is attending Unilag. My son is going abroad for further studies. They just throw it out these days. And I'm also saying that what kind of content have you given these children to write with? Education system, we should declare a state of emergency. I'm sorry. Let's go back to it. Don't let's miss it. If we miss it now, the world is a very open and large situation now. Everybody is connected, and the kids coming from there are smarter. They are doing wonderful things. What are we doing? Foundation matters to me. Let's hold this foundation and then we grind with it. It has to be redone in a different way. And it's not JAMB is not enough to scale your child or score your child. Somehow.
Absolutely. What you said earlier reminded me of my own case. My children went to Unilag, and Unilag they would do their own exams after JAM. They would do
Mhm.
their post JAM exam. They will also do interviews and screening and all that they call it, and it was
Yeah.
quite tough. See, I was quite tough with my children then because nobody used telephone or any of these gadgets until they were in
Mhm.
university, first year of university. You can't be in secondary school. I was quite strict about that, and they did
Damn.
very well. Parents have to. You're not killing them by being strict with because the kind of distraction that you have on the phone. You can be on. Have you
Mm.
not seen home where a family of four or five, mother and father and the children, they're all on phone. They are all in their own phone world. Everyone
The
is on the
cocoon. Yes.
and the house is like like
Dead.
very very dry. Everybody is consumed in his or her own private world, cyber world, and all that. It doesn't augur well for a wholesome family lifestyle, and it's impacting our children. We have to be part of their life. Denying them these gadgets will not kill them. You know, by the time they get used to it or get access to it, they should be mature in mind and in the body to
Mhm.
handle it. You know, I hope government will see this as a serious wake-up call. It is an emergency case. When you have only less than 1% scoring 300 and above, less
Yeah.
than 15% scoring 250 and above, and, and, and about 23% scoring 200 and above. It's tragic. It's tragic. 77% failure. I mean, if you score 77%, it's almost distinction, isn't it? So we have distinction in failure. That's
You have
that's a
distinction in
terrible
failure.
that's a terrible place to be. You know. Okay, moving on. There is this other matter. I'm sure Bosun will be able to enlighten us very well about it. Where exactly is the EFCC now with Yahya Bello? They did most of their shakara in the media. They did this. They threatened this. Governor was carrying hiding under this place. EFCC is laying a siege around his house. They want to arrest him. They want to do this. 80 billion, this and that. After all, there seems to be a piece of the graveyard now. Yeah, getting all kinds of injunctions, even from appeal courts. They're even trying to jail the chairman of EFCC. The man appears to have calmed down. Is there a deadlock now? But what's going on? Yeah, yeah,
So,
with EFCC.
in fact, what has happened is it's a very sad one for the nation because we have a situation where people will finish their time in public service. They know that they put their hands into where they are into the commonwealth of the people, and at the end of the day, the first thing they do is rush to court and get some form of interim orders, stopping agencies, executing them, and all these things. I think this is fair because for me, in fact, there should be a law that automatically makes you get screened once you are out of office by
Mhm.
all these agencies. If you enjoyed immunity for 8 years or 4 years of your office, once you're done, by maybe a year or two after that, it will be screened by these agencies. Come back,
Mm.
it should be automatic. Because what happened? What I saw with EFCC is that initially they felt they could go ahead regardless of, because they know how this man was able to get some of these orders. All right. They
Mhm.
felt they just, sidestep and just go for him. But at the end of the day, they were cautioned that, see, if all you're trying to do is to uphold the law, then you don't break the law. You don't uphold the law by breaking the law. That's what
So,
Mm.
the because for all you can also, all these things are guaranteed under the Constitution. Freedom of movement, and freedom from section 36 to 45. It gives you all sorts of fundamental rights. So all what these people have done is to go and they write on the law and write on the loopholes within the law just to cover themselves from being prosecuted. But how far it wants to
Mm.
run, because we saw Kogi down with the state, we saw the fortune of the state. This same man didn't pay for 13 months and still got elected, whether by the ballot box or whichever way. At the end of the day, what into the state is almost no development.
Mm.
mm,
Mm.
They are,
Mm.
but I mean, if there's anything that we should can, you know how to pay your children's school fees in advance. You don't know how to pay for people to feed in advance. I mean,
yeah.
it's horrible. And it's a sad one for the country because some other people will follow the same line. If I that has been the pattern, and he has just continued in the same, so it's unfortunate, but that's where we found ourselves as a nation. So the EFCC has been guided and they have decided to just wait because these are interim orders, they have a lifespan. It will expire, then they can go for the market.
Mm. Oh, Mr. T is cut off. I think the substance of all this struggle has been lost. It's about alleged fraud. It it supposedly took so from The fact that even the school has offered to repay and return what they are returning can send like
If
about 1,000 students to that same school, because what they are removing is minuscule. It's less than what they are removing as their due entitlement based on payment for the children they have. It's less than $100,000, and there's about 800, almost $900,000. So it looks like money laundering, doesn't it? You know,
if Uncle Fat, someone made a joke and said that thank God the school is financially stable and it has a good reputation. But if it's all these schools where as you are paying, they are using the money to fix things. There's nothing to have for.
thank God, shishi, you can't collect. No money to refund. Wow,
You know what you see, you only buy.
it's true now. Are you going to break the building down and
In
resell
fact,
it? And not,
anybody that said honorably is because they came and said this is subject of investigation, take the money. If eventually you found out that nothing is wrong with the funds, then we can take it back. But for now, we told the part of honor. For me, that is a good image laundering for the school.
yeah, 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 it is. It is. It is. Well, we are still talking on Point Blank on Top Radio 90.9 FM. And I'm chatting with Oshifowora here. Mr. T has taken a break to go to the gents. Alex is held up somewhere in a jam and get back to us. Uh, and we're discussing Nigerian issues and all that. But let me to run this by you. Yeah, yeah, a voracious Arsenal fan. So normally, the only source of watching them every weekend is your DSTV, and DSTV, uh, like Colonial Masters, have come up with a price increase. If you are spending let's say 12.5 for compact or something like that, you are now going to pay 15 something. Uh-huh. So with premium, I think that's going to about 30 something thousand from 20 something thousand. They just wake up and say price is coming. And quickly pay plenty so that you can maintain them. That's how we from we started this thing for like 2,500, like a big 15, 16 years ago. Like 2,000, 1,005. Now you have to pay 30,000 every month. That's the minimum wage in Nigeria. Every month. So but we say people are fighting that. They say the federal government, some have gone to court, consumer rights association are complaining. Like, I don't know if it's people like Boss gone to court or they are doing all individuals and all that. Even government is complaining and all that. So
Fine.
we are asking, but we are asking that if you are showing interest in what the DSTV is charging is if you are showing so much interest in what DSTV is charging the clientele, why are you keeping quiet when oil marketers are increasing fuel price anyhow? Why don't they harass them too and give them the same stress that they are giving DSTV? Why don't they apply it to marketers who just end up with money with a hike in their contract? Yes,
Um, you see, this issue of DSTV, it's funny to me. Number one, this is a private company that is doing their business. So,
Yes.
how people want to take them to court and regulate their prices, I don't know. Unfortunately, it's a monopoly. And with monopoly comes things like this. And there's literally nothing you could do. I remember this argument started when they moved this thing from 7.5. I mean, from
yeah,
7,000 to 5. That's the full bouquet.
okay,
Now, in fact, they have a plausible argument on their hand. They have a billion and one packages. If you are not okay with the premium, go for compact. If you are not okay with that, I'm not holding a place for them.
they are
As
not
long
okay with all of it. They are okay with all of it.
You are at their mercy.
Mm,
And
mm,
Yes.
to justify the increase, definitely they have outstations, workstations, and they are also in this same Nigeria where prices of things have gone up. It's just normal.
Gone up.
Land
Yes.
rents, everything is skyrocketing. So you can't hold them. And then just like you said, sir, that the fuel marketers are increasing fuel price. Nobody is building an
mhm,
injunction against them. It's now a private company you want to hold down. Are you using? So if you don't want, opt for another um, digital certificate.
mm.
Yeah. So people are
I
working on Bosco's
hello.
case. So his boss. I can hear you, Mr. T. You're loud and clear on air.
Yeah, thank you. I support to a large extent what Botuma said. I think more than ever is throwing a ball back to the Nigerian communication industry. These guys have a monopoly. They own the space, and they have a lot of their bouquet, and people are logged into them. You see, but the question is, what have we done with our own communication space? What have we done with the airspace? What have we done owning our own structures? And I don't want to mention anything, but it saddens me when a huge structure like the NTA cannot be held, cannot be supported, cannot be uplifted to own something like that and control the Nigerian ways. We have the numbers in the whole of Africa. We have the numbers. That is the reason why we want to stay here and probably milk us. But come to think of it, things have changed. Things are very expensive now. Even within the Nigerian climate, things are very expensive. So I think we really don't have much say over their business. They own the business. They decide what they want. But we can do the checks, which is normal. But you are referring to why we let we put our mouth into that area and let the oil marketers do what they want with us. That's a very interesting submission, Faj. It is, for me, is a ground level discussion. Why do we allow the marketers to decide the price? How do we let those things
That's
off
market
our table
because it's market forces.
and allow them to say, okay, this is how much I'm going to sell it. You buy it or you leave it. So let's leave it and let them go and drink the petrol. Let's see what's going to happen. It's not looking good. Government should do something. Yeah. And I'm sorry, let me just add this. As a Nigerian, and we all are Nigerians, let us talk to ourselves. The Nigerian itself is innately very unfair and wicked. The way we think, the way we do things, very unfair and very wicked. And a marketer will look at you and say, hey, do you understand that? And people are dying at the TV stations. All the businesses are coming. Global government is so. Go and talk to your people. You know, it worries me. Why are we like that? Even those giving us electricity, the same problem. Everybody, Hela said it. There's fire everywhere. Everybody is flexing. Oh, come on.
I would have loved to hear. Alex was so eager to contribute to this section, and technology has been unkind to him. Mr. T, I want to take you back to what we discussed at the back end of air about the 17-year-old scammer that has been reprogrammed by the EFCC, so to speak.
Yeah. Fact. I like the word. I like the way you used it. Reprogrammed is the word. For a very long time, some people, well, I inclusive, have been thinking that if you have young people, tender age, who are into this scamming habit, we get hold of them, we punish them, if possible, jail some of them and all that, and then we let them off. I believe there's something about their smartness and intelligence that can be used or utilized positively. So when I saw that story, the EFCC boss talked about, I think at the press conference said, a 17-year-old, 17, not 70, one 7-year-old with a phone, with his phone, could, navigate past the securities of a particular bank and get into your profile and get into your account. He said it, and he actually was marveled by that. So further interrogation, they found out the guy said he wanted to go to school, couldn't go to school and all that. And immediately, according to the report, the man said, okay, look, I'm going to send you to school. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. That's the idea. And that's the idea I think government should tow as well. Somebody was saying the other day that they were going to lock down a place they call the University of for people who want to scam, teaching people how to scam. Yahoo, thank you. The Yahoo, University of Yahoo or something. And when we were discussing it, guys were laughing. I was in deep thought. I said somebody else is thinking faster than the government. We should understand that everybody, look, intelligence is free now. And the way these guys, when they handle the gadget, in fact, the way they navigate, kids, the way they navigate your phone, you are shocked. They navigate it faster than you can imagine and know where they are going immediately you have the phone. Test them. You take it back again and say, thank you very much for disturbing my phone. But we cannot allow that thing to go out. It's a hidden talent. Let's bring it out without encouraging scamming. There's a way we can do it. There's a way we can do it. Yes, Bob.
The idea of changing the prisons to correctional center was born out of this. But what they succeeded in doing is to change the name and not the function of the prisons. This happens in literally every part of the world. There are some kids, there are some we's individuals who actually ride on the system. Instead of locking them up in jail and letting them just there, you can tap into their brain. For me, I'm impressed with the EFCC boss, and I feel that he needs to push for some legislation from his end so that you can actually start things like this. Because jailing the boy, he said it that what would I gain locking up a 17-year-old boy, and putting him behind bars forever? It doesn't make any sense. Now, but if you rehabilitate him and have centers like, instead of having, I don't know if you've ever been to the prison to see the state and conditions. People come out worse. They went in. So we are already a correctional center, but nothing is being corrected in their life and outlook to life. And that is what these places should be. If you Google and look at prisons around the world, I saw something about the Netherlands and how their prisons almost take you for a 5-star hotel, and then what they have programs that reprogram criminals and make them better persons by the time they are out. But this we don't have. And I think that is what the government should start looking at. And the EFCC boss said something profound. He said he doesn't want the boy to start seeing this himself and other his likes, to start seeing this as a way of life.
Life.
Because he said the boy
I remember.
was able to gain his phone number, he was able to gain access to his account and said, I can make 10 million now, sir. And all that. And the man was like, no, don't do that, and everything. So, and it's not just the boy, there are a number of them out there.
Many.
I think government needs to start thinking right and look at how they can actually have proper correctional centers where people will be rehabilitated and will eventually be useful for the society.
The society. I believe so. Too. We can't continue this way. And there's another thing. They have their likes and they have their following. They have their movement, so to speak, and there are many. If what the EFCC boss has done and exposed like that, a lot more will come out. Many of them will come out and even say, "Look, I give up. I'm no more doing this coming." Let's begin to see that. You will see it will work. and then you make them very relevant to society. Get people who will go into the correctional centers, so-called correctional centers, by the way, to train them, to give them motivational talk, and not only motivation, act it out for them to see. We can't continue this way. Yeah, we can't. They are still Nigerians. They are blood. They are children. They are children.
You know,
Grandfather is in Abuja. The father of everybody is in Abuja. And I think to say that Baba should think about doing something in this way. Children can't make it up on the streets. No, it can't
yes,
be. It's not right.
yes, Baba should think about this out of school
Yeah,
children and
yeah,
wayward children and people,
yeah.
children that have queer ambition. I was watching a video, a viral video. There's a massive indictment on our nation. A young boy, I think there are two boys, they can't be more than maybe 11, 12, thereabout. And he
Yeah.
was a vagabond, so to speak. He was a street, like a street boy. And so someone was interviewing him and said, "Why are you not home?" They didn't give him food, so he ran away from the house. Ah, if you
Mm,
if they give you opportunity, will you go back home? He said no. Why wouldn't you go? He said they will not see give him food. Okay, but you want to go to school? Say yes. Okay. So if you get
mm.
help to go to school, you will go. Say yes. So what do you want to become? He said Yahoo boy.
Yahoo boy. Oh,
That's all he knew was that there's a lot of money going around.
money there.
And what's the essence of what's the essence of life? No food, no anything, no place to sleep. If you don't have money, those guys have money. How they got it is not his problem. You know,
Mhm.
that's the tragedy of our nationhood. Thank you, gentlemen, for
Mm.
your contribution. Boston, thank you so much for coming. And we hope to see you uh, next week by the grace of God.
Oh,
But maybe then you have one leg on the on the
Amen.
on the Premier League. I think, and if you lose the next two matches, Boston will come on just on there.
We will lose. We will lose, but don't worry.
I have no
Oh my
prayer for
God.
I have no prayer for your team. I pray for you, but I have no prayer for your team. I have no sympathy for your team. I call them I call them
who's
Oroye. I mean something like
Choroye.
where parties are abusing others for all these football banters. Oh, but so
Oh my God.
get
No,
out.
somebody somebody sent an image of the EPL recently, showing a hand taking water from a tap. Okay, and it says this is
This is the only cup.
this is
The
this is
only
the
cup.
only this is but you saw it. You
that
saw it.
This is the only
that
cup.
You have no way without
I
a
don't know
cup.
why. I don't know why I
Arsenal
hate Arsenal so much. It's because I think it's because of their mouth. They are too loud mouth. They can abuse, especially when others don't win. Especially Chelsea, they will be abusing us anyhow. But they have tried this year.
Oh my
It's,
life, man.
it's in their hands. If they lose,
Benjamin,
then
Yeah.
mm. So all the best. Thank you so much, Bosu. Yeah, we'll be going
Later.
down the road, all the road down to the
Mhm.
several, many years back. We are on to Let's Rewind. It's a way of
Mhm.
honoring the legacies of our great entertainers. Every other month, we devote the last minutes of the show to music that virtually became national anthems in the period they were released. We call them chartbusters of yesteryears. Today, we visit the year 1992. Mr. T, remember this?
Mm.
90s was great for music. Let's start
The
with
what?
this classic. Well, it's almost a classic now. From Onyeka Owenu. It's called
Oh,
Go.
you go.
Iyo Go Go.
Beautiful, beautifully rendered. Beautifully rendered.
Lovely voice,
Beautiful.
crisp and clean.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, she doesn't believe I like her music. I'm a faithful provider. So she carries her over. She never believes whatever I say. But I love her
Oh,
music.
really? It's fine music. She was a kind of sweet cross musician, and in those particular times, I'm talking about the 90s, yeah, when creativity came down from heaven, we saw different shades of performances and releases, and she was very, very distinct and very, very consistent with her style. She didn't change that style, This is the truth. You remember her other album, Dancing in the Sun,
Yeah.
despite the fact that that also sounded a little foreign, but I must tell you, that was traditionally put together. The beats, everything was traditional, and she had a very strong musical video to back that up. I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah. And she has a way, yeah. Um, her voice was just unique. And she influenced so many Nigerian women, ladies at that time. She did influence a lot of them. I can't remember all the names now, but few of them I can. And it was the era where we had the Yinka Davis as well. We had the Yinka Davis and a few other people. Was a beautiful time. And this song, these releases of Onyeka, I hope it can be redone or given a kind of re-entry into the market. It will be great. It will be great.
It was first released in 1984. Then it was repackaged with the full album in
Yeah.
1992.
Yeah.
You love me, love me, you love me, love me. Onyeka was born January 31st, 1952. Singer, songwriter, actress, human rights activist, as and many other roles. She did a spectacular video, Squandering of Riches, a
Riches.
spectacular entry in the 80s, a documentary on BBC, NTA, and all of that.
That's true. Multi-talented.
And and here's another. Ideally, what we have in 1992 from Oliver the Cock is called Biri Kambiri. I can seem to lay my hand.
Ah,
So this
it
will
can
do
be.
this opportunity from the bearded, curly bearded master guitarist, Oliver
Uh-huh.
Akanite. We call him Oliver the Cock. Hey, that guitar riffs, eh?
Really good. Really good.
Yeah, yeah.
He enjoyed some entries for various awards at this particular track, I recall.
Okay.
Yes, I recall. I'm not sure if it was Fame or Amen for
Yeah,
traditional category. Yeah, yeah.
he won with I think Biri Kambiri. Uh, um, I think he won with this opportunity too in '92 for High Life.
Uh-huh. I just knew it was prominent then too. Um, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But he's not the crooner of Bonnie Bonnie identity.
Yeah, and the identity is older. That one
He's
is
older.
yeah.
Yeah.
There are other songs that we may not be opportune to play for you. That were chartbusters in 1992. There is "Show Me the Way" by Isaac Black. You remember "Show Me the Way now"?
Show me the
Oh
way. Wow, wow.
Lord, the way now.
That's
Oh
so
Lord.
clever.
That's a beautiful voice. I think he did two
Beautiful.
albums
Yeah,
and faded
I remember.
from the space. Then there is "Run for Cover," Ras Kimono. I'm going to play another
That's
one here.
no.
"Run for Cover," Ras Kimono. Ras Kimono is also he has also left us. By the way, Oliver the Cock is also late.
It's
Uh,
late. Yeah.
"Run for Cover" by Ras Kimono. Dele Taiwo's debut album was magical. It was called Magic
Mag
Moment.
magic
41,
moments.
yes.
Okay, Juju, magic moments. Wow.
Yes. And there's the second album of Alex O. Alex O. Korigwe.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
impressive. So I'll play something to represent that. Uh, I can lay my hands on the original.
Mm-hmm. Ah, you're in with you're a big bag today, Fudge. Nice selections.
Yes,
Mhm, nice selections. Wow.
yes.
Nostalgic too.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Opportunity. Never get you opportunity.
Mhm.
Leave me,
This is
leave me at my voice, though. Leave me at my
music
voice,
taking over you. Music taking over you. Oh, wow.
though. Now tomorrow will be that. So, oh, Sunday, Akanite Oliver. Was born 14 April 1947, and he died in Lagos on the 20th of June 2008. Mm. Good man, also good, nice gentleman. Now let's try another one before time kicks us out. Ooh, immediately hear that you know this is reggae time.
Mm-hmm.
This is Ras Kimono.
Mono.
This particular this particular one just self-adulatory, just congratulating himself. This title Kimono they want. But the actual song for 1992 is Run for Cover. You know anything interesting?
Mm-hmm.
Ras Kimono also died in June.
Also passed in June.
Mm.
Wow. Wow.
He
They
was
left good
born,
sounds behind.
he
They
was
left good
born
sounds behind.
this month in 1958, May
Mhm.
9, 9th of May, 1958. And he left
Wow.
us the 10th of June, 2018. He was at 16 years. He tried. He tried. We
You
thought
try.
that we would have him more.
Yeah.
We must be free. He gave us Under Pressure, his debut album
Mm.
in I think 1990 or 91
Mm.
with the classic
Under pressure.
Rumba style.
Rumba style. Rumba
And that was
style.
1989. It was a big hit, very big hit.
Mm.
Like my Jack Fashek, he was also in Jazz Sticks alongside Amos Micro Jag and
Mm-hmm.
two other guys.
Just six.
And one love Rasta in the one love Rasta. And he's also very nice man. Very, he doesn't like Wala. I
Nah.
remember his
No.
wife, Sibyl, who was a very strong-hearted woman. And Ralph would just roll. Oh, I beg my friend, no, no vex, eh? I know want any problem. Sibyl would not fight anybody.
Till,
Ralph
till
was
it passed. Yeah,
very
very.
cool.
Till it passed, he was always he would call me, talks to my brother Dread, my brother Dread or something. He would just,
Yeah,
he had the dread at the back. And I said, what was that you said? Ah, no, don't worry. You don't know about it.
great guy, great guy.
Super, super guy.
Nigeria
But I'm
must be
happy. I wish we could have their tunes back again, redone. You
mm,
know,
someone
yeah,
to take
redone.
it. Yeah.
If there are rights issues, let somebody bail the rights out and let's have them back in circle. Yeah.
So they're listening to you. They'll do something about it. Our
Good.
final song today before we go is from a young man who has left music for almost 30 years. He's
Hmm.
now into computer graphics, animation, special effects, and all that. His name is Alex Okorigwe,
Big way.
generally known as Alex O. This is what he did. I mean, the song we wanted is Impressions, 1992,
Mhm.
but let's take it. Is I think this is his debut, Getting Loose.
Getting loose. Yeah, getting loose. Getting loose. Yeah.
Alex Okorigwe, professionally known as Alex O. He was, I think he's trying to release another album now. He's working on a new one. Is it
Oh,
something?
that would be super.
He's a songwriter, singer, music producer. Uh, like I said, he's also in special effects now. Very, very powerful within the movie industry in Nigeria now. I want to hear his music again. Alex, if you listen, he was born, he hails from Imo State, and he has been performing from 1988.
Hmm. Yeah, about that.
And can you believe he started his music career with Uncle Steve Rhodes? We call him Elder Steve Rhodes.
Oh, yes. Wow.
Then
Wow.
He joined Lemmy Jackson as a production assistant. We all have small beginnings,
Wow.
don't
We do very humble. Lemmy to Jackson. Wow. Yeah, I remember.
we? Yeah. Then he joined Polygram, Premier, that's Premier Music
Mm.
now, in 1988 for his first album,
Yeah.
Getting Loose. You can't stop. With that, we've come. With we are getting loose. We We are getting loose and getting,
Thank God it's loser, not lost.
not getting lost. So you want to say your buys? Are you getting loose too?
Oh, man. Said no.
Great. Okay, say your
Bye
buys.
for now. We'll see and hear from you next week. Be blessed. Let's be positive. Let's be hopeful as things are tough out there.
Yes, tough out there. Let's be Mr. T, your buys.
Yeah, nice being here. Having you there has been a pleasure. Let's do it again next week. Okay. Have the best of the weekend. Be blessed.
Thank you, sir. Have a good weekend, Mr. T.
You too, Fudge.
Yes. Thank you, everyone that's been part of this. Mr. T, Fair, Alex, our own Alex O, and Bosun Oshifowora. Well, like we often say, be genuinely nice to people every day and do good as best as you can afford it. Stay blessed
Mm.
and have a great weekend. We'll see you next week by His grace.